Wow, I've just completed with the rest of the pieces wing number 2, so I now have 2 wings. In that piece there was only 1 spare piece left over, so that was nice. And section 4, actually it really is the wings still. It's more structural support, outer perimeter, and it looks like from the instructions there's some bracing where these hinges can be clipped in to the midsection of the TIE Fighter. So it's looking amazing. Let's get into section 4. Okay, so on section 4, awful lot of pieces in here. Some very, very small, detailed, what appears to be lots and lots of hinge sections, which I guess are for the outside of the wings. And look at this, translucent red, actual laser bolts. This is awesome. Okay. It seems that they've saved probably the most detailed and fiddly bits right to the end for the outside of these wings. Let's see if we can get one of these wings assembled. And as you can see, literally the size of these wings, it pretty much is to scale what's on the box. Absolutely big structure of Lego. So we need a 2 by 1 with a protruding single stud. That's one of those. And we need a 4 by 1. Okay. And looks like the 4 by 1 goes at the side. There's 2 of those, and there's actually 4 of these with the single studs, 2 at each side of each wing. And I guess it just makes sense that if this is identical on each wing, I'm guessing it makes sense that I do both wings at the same time. So actually I need double the quantity of pieces. 2 for that wing on the left side, another 2 for the right hand side. That's if I have them. Don't appear to. So maybe one wing is, I wouldn't understand why one wing would be different. So there must be, there it is. Those are the other 2 pieces. And we need 2 4 by 1s somewhere in here. There they are. So the 4 by 1s go either side, followed by 2 of the single studded 2 by 1s, and repeat on each wing. And then we're on to the next section, which actually is a row of 2 by 2 sizes with single studs in the middle, and there's 3 of those running left and right on each wing. So that means there's 12 of these things altogether. So there's 6 on the first wing. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 on the second wing. Okay, then we've got some detailing in the middle, which is going to give some extra strength. So some flat panel bracing goes in here. So I'm looking for another set for the other wing. Yeah, there they are. Well, I can already feel how much stronger that panel is just by adding that extra bracing. And we also need some tiny 1x1 pieces that appear to have, I don't know what, maybe clips on them perhaps. Right, and this is interesting. One side of these clips is different. So I don't know whether this wing is facing down or up. But these little things go all, if I put them all facing the same direction, then it should match up on the next page. Okay, so the next piece is 2 long flat sections. So this is providing some profiling and some even further added strength along that horizontal bracing. And okay, so now it looks like I'm pre-assembling some sections which are going to be going around the perimeter edge of the wings. So we're looking for a long black one and a short black one. We're joining those up dead center, and we're adding black hinges. Okay, here's the hinges. So, and it's topped off by a grey section. There we go. So judging by the number of black hinges I've got, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, we're having one of these top and bottom on each wing. So I might as well get these pre-assembled in readiness. Hinges at either end. Grey bracing on top. Top and bottom for the first wing. And let's do the same again. So we have smaller black piece underneath, followed by the hinges and a grey piece on top. And we need one more. Okay, so smaller black section underneath, hinges at each tip, grey piece on the top. Okay, looking good. Right, okay, it looks like what there is on top of that is grey clips with some flat grey profiling. So let's just check that out. Yep, there's the grey clips onto each section. Clips we're looking for. I suppose this is also teaching you the time-saving techniques of assembling identical components. So what we need here is a medium-sized flat smooth section, of which there should be 4, 6, 7, 8 of those. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 2 more, 7, 8, and we need some 2x1 thin caps as well. So there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those, and these actually go right on top to give a smooth profile and add an extra layer of bracing. And that's now got 4 layers, so it's really strong. And I'll repeat that for the bottom section of the wing. And also for the adjacent wing. Nearly had a casualty then. A 2x1 prick bounced off. Okay, just giving these a good squeeze to give them extra strength. So I now have all 4 braces, and basically in the next instructions these just clip right onto the end tips, top and bottom of each wing. Fantastic how this all clips together. Okay, right, more bracing with grey pieces. So we're looking for some hinges, and this is actually pairs of hinges. So we have two pairs, two elements rather, that form a pair, and when I clip them together I get a hinge. So I'm going to need, let's see, I'm going to need 1, 2, at least 4 of these. So let's get these things hinged together. I possibly might need more than 4, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4 of those. Now I take 2 medium-sized grey sections, fit that either side of the hinge. Hinge goes on top. That is then overlaid with a 2x1 thin profile either side of the hinge, and a longer smooth profile at the top. Okay, so I'll repeat that for the next 4 hinges. Smooth profile followed by long profile. Smooth profile either side, long smooth profiling on top, and we need another one of those. Possibly might need another 4 of these. I don't know. No, there isn't enough. There isn't enough for 4. Have we got the thin profile? Yes, we have. Another one of those on there. Thin profile on top. So that's my 4th piece. let's see what we do with them. Okay, so 2 of them have hinges at the edge. All right, okay, so actually I can see now how these are going to form the left and right perimeter of each wing, which will add massive strength to the wing. That's great. And I can also see where they are going to clip on. So we need some extra length on there. So we need some 4x1s. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4x1s. 5, 6, 7, 8. And there should be a corresponding number of hinges to go along with it. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And does that have profiling? No. So we put the 4x1s onto the end, followed by hinge, and repeat for the opposite end. 4x1, add hinge, and that is now the exact length to clip into place. So repeat that for the other 3 outer sections. At this point, it's interesting, I've become so attuned to the really good quality instructions that it's almost become intuitive as to where this stuff goes. I guess as well because I'm effectively repeating the assembly 4 times for each subcomponent of the wing. So it's really interesting. So the next instruction is to actually clip that into place on the wing. So let's clip that into place there. Yeah, fantastic. And repeat on the other side. My wings are really looking exactly like the picture. It's so nice to see it come together. Okay. Right, now it looks like we're putting some of the joint sections on the inside of the wing ready for it to clip onto the midsection. So this could get a bit technical. First of all, I'm looking for 4 2x1s that go adjacent to the brown. I really like the way that they've used the colouring so that you don't need to count how many holes along it needs to go. It's obvious exactly where it goes because it's colour coded. Great design. And I'll repeat that on my other wing. So that's giving it further strength there. Couple of grey 2x1s with a small lip on the edge facing inwards to those blue 2x1s. And then we want, I've actually completely rushed ahead there. I'll have to take those off. There's an octagonal brace pictured going underneath. So the octagonal brace goes on. And that straight away, being a one piece, that's given it a 360 degrees of bracing. That's incredibly strong now. And then the the 2x1s with the lip go just on top of the octagonal section. Alright then. More bracing with triangular corner piecing, and it's pre-assembled with a pivot in the corner. So pivot goes in the corner and a brace. So that needs to be repeated, and there's 4 of these on each wing. Onto the next wing. 1, 2, 3, 4. That's filled in with some 2x1s. 2 of those on each wing. And we're on to the next page, number 9. I'm very close to finishing, so I'm on 99 now. Flip the wing over onto its side. We've got some detailing. So we have a centre hub brace, I'm going to call that, which goes into there. Or does it? Yes, it does. It's one of those on each wing. And then these 2x1s flank that hub all the way around. Which are just adding both a little bit of extra bracing vertically and just cosmetic, I think, horizontally. So those are the 2 vertical braces, and these horizontal ones are just for show. Alright then, so now is the time when these wings should clip together with this midsection. So let's see if this works. A very reassuring click. And on that side as well. And my TIE Fighter is incredible. I mean, this is, look at it, that's exactly what we're seeing on the box. As my assistant is even surprised herself at how near to finish it is. But we're not quite done yet. We now have our laser bolts, which can be inserted into position. Oh yes. And there's an instruction here, I don't know whether you can see this, but there's a tiny logo of a squinty face with a projectile heading towards his eye. Now I'm not sure whether that means you need to go and test it on a subject. Now, if I was in the pre-9 age group, the obvious subject to test it on would be a sibling, brother, sister, preferably younger, and if they winced in pain when said laser bolts were fired at their eye, then I would know I've done it correct. But as it is, I'm afraid you who are watching this, you will have to be the test guinea pig. Next one. Oh, the distance.
Whoa.
Absolutely incredible. Right, well that means that the TIE Fighter is now weaponized, approved, ready for action, and the pilot is ready to join. So the pilot, the front dish window comes away, the hatch opens up, and it appears to be literally a case of mounting pilot into position. clipping him into place, top hatch down. Will he go down in the top hatch? I think he has to be, his legs must have to be in the seated position. So we'll get him in the seated position. Window done. We have got one tiny duplicate spare section there. And now our TIE fighter is ready. Stormtrooper on guard, making sure that no rebels get anywhere near this Imperial TIE fighter. And coming into view around the corner is Solo and Beckett ready for a covert op. Perhaps this TIE fighter's days are numbered. But as regards my assembly, all I've got to do now is reload my laser bolts. There we go, one cannon loaded. Find the last projectile. Locked and loaded, ready for action. The next thing surely is a stop motion Star Wars scene reenacted with my authentic, absolutely incredible Imperial TIE fighter.